Well, hello, everybody. Good afternoon for anybody who is listening in. The translations are available in French and Italian. And most of our speakers will be speaking English. Some of them will be speaking French. We are in an amazing company today. We've got some of the MEPs who have been with us before and some who are joining us now. During this course of this conference, which is launching the official Trust and Freedom Initiative, which we have been working on for quite a long time. We'll probably have a couple of other MEPs joining in as their schedules are quite tight just before Christmas. But I would just like to thank everybody for being here. Thank you very much to all the MEPs that did come here in support of our initiative. And for the guests and speakers as well, this has been quite a journey for us. We've started in February with a thought and then proceeded to get together 7 citizens from 7 different countries. These citizens have come together and we've put forward the initiative which we called Trust and Freedom. And this specific initiative has got main 2 goals, which our lawyers who have worked with us on it will later introduce. But mainly what we want is a freedom of choice, and we do really want to work on the transparency. So I will leave now for the MEPs to speak. And once again, thank you for having us here and being with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, many thanks for being here today. My name is Helena Tender. I'm the lawyer who was one of the lawyers who was honored to draft this initiative. I will be addressing the first point of the initiative. Jana will cover the second. Our primary goal is to raise awareness and promote a positive message. So we are not anti-anything. We are not an opposition movement. We are proponents. We support choice, bodily autonomy, transparency, trust, and freedom. And that's why we deliberately, when drafting this initiative, we avoided negative language and these fear-mongering terms, because we are so fed up with them for the last 3 years. They were overused. Our aim is to empower people to understand that their voice matters. Each of us is responsible for our own and our children's decisions. We don't need the governments or international organizations to make choices for us, especially when it comes to sensitive topics like our health and our fundamental human rights, such as freedom of movement and freedom of choice. We are not a political party, a non-profit organization, or even a formal movement. We are just individuals in Europe reaching out to our fellow individuals in Europe, because the power of the individual knows no bounds. Our first point and top priority is to encourage the European Commission to recommend a unified definition of informed consent across Europe. In simple terms, here are the key points of our first request. 1. People should have the right to make their own decisions about everything that concerns them, especially their health care. Informed consent means that the individuals have the right to understand their health situation and choose their treatments for themselves and their children. 2. People should always have the freedom to say yes or no to medical procedures, whether for research or treatment, even in emergencies, and especially in emergencies. No one should be pressured or coerced into accepting something they don't want. 3. Patients should receive clear and easily understandable information about their health condition, available treatments, and potential risks and benefits. Open and honest communication between healthcare professionals and patients is crucial. 4. Patients should fully grasp the nature, purpose, risks, and potential benefits of clinical trials, medical procedures, or treatments so they can make well-informed decisions. And finally, 5, people have the right to change their minds throughout the process and decline treatment at any point without facing undue pressure. Doctors have always to respect their decisions. In essence, our initiative aims to ensure that individuals have control over their bodies and access the information needed to make informed choices about their health. It is important to understand that this initiative is calling for the recognition of our human inherent rights, but not by any government, but by ourselves. Not by the European Commission, by ourselves. Our message today is clear. By signing this initiative, you are reclaiming your voice and asserting your human rights, which are universal, inalienable, indivisible, and interdependent. We don't need a constitution, government, or authorities to grant us these rights. They are ours by virtue of our humanity from birth. So let us show them, let us show ourselves that we are not just 1 million signatures. We are millions of human beings living on this continent who refuse to relinquish our human rights. We take sole responsibility for the decisions that affect us and our children because we trust in ourselves and we are free. Thank you for signing the Trust and Freedom Initiative.
Good afternoon. I grew up in a communist Czechoslovakia. So when Europe got finally united again and continued with a deeper integration, I fully embraced and benefited from the European dream. I was participant of the Erasmus program and I studied European law because I was such a believer. I studied European law in my home country, Czech Republic, and in the Netherlands. When my British partner in 2016 voted yes for Brexit, I cried. And believe me, it's the only occasion I actually did so for a political cause in my life, because I could not understand the reasons for his decision. But in 2022, with deep sorrow, I realized that the Europe I live in is no longer a Europe that I feel proud to be a citizen of. Because my Europe was the Europe which was built on fundamental human rights and principles of democracy, which was no longer true. But in work as in life, I believe that we should not be going for easy exits when the going gets tough. So I think we need to be very diligent in protecting the things we care about and we love. And I'm incredibly grateful to people like Justina Walker, who reminded us as citizens to actually use the initiatives that are at our disposal, and to brilliant people like Helena, who used the positive language to actually draft our initiative. Because it's not easy to, it's not enough to be against something. We need to decide what are we actually for. And because of the massive violation of human rights and the principles on which our Europe was built, we have experienced in the last 3 years, I believe that we need to understand how it could possibly happen with accountability and personal liability, and here is where our initiative comes in, how to make sure that it never happens again. In international law, we call it the guarantee of non-recurrence. And it speaks about the right of the victims, which I do believe it's collectively all of us, to be safeguarded from further future abuses and the duty to ensure the rule of law. Because in the last 3 years, we have witnessed unbalanced and damaging public health mandates and rules, and excessive spending of our tax money on public health initiatives that were actually not benefiting you or me, and were questionable already at the time where they were rolled out, whether it's the vaccines or the vaccines passport, because already then we knew that it doesn't actually protect anybody. And still, the decisions to participate and invest in these initiatives were largely taken behind closed doors with no public or scientific discussion, cost-benefit analysis, or transparency about possible alternatives. So if we want to believe again that our officials, which are albeit indirectly elected, do represent our public interest, no decisions can be taken without a full transparency. So what our initiatives wants to reinforce is a transparency. By calling for the publication of agendas, meeting minutes, internal reports, emails and SMSs. How is it possible that any euro, single euro of European budget would be, any decision would be taken by an SMS directly to representative of the seller without any tenders or without any comparison? Disclosing lobbying activities, which Milan already mentioned as well, by establishing public register of the lobbyist names, right? It's not anonymous, it shouldn't be organizations. Who are the people? Prohibiting secretive meetings. EU officials should not participate alone in secret and secretive meetings because representatives of the citizens should always be present. In May 2023, there was a meeting in Lisbon of Bilderberg Group where 3 high-ranking European officials actually participated in their official capacity. Joseph Borrell, the VP of European Commission, Paolo Gentiloni, the European Commissioner for Economy, and Roberta Metsola, the President of the European Parliament. Nothing about the agenda, meetings, and possible decision was ever made available to the public. Do you think that's right? Number 4, evaluating public interest over private interest. European Union and Europe is about us, is about how we want to live and which fundamental rights and freedom we want to have and respect. And number 5, establishing sanctions for violations. And I believe we need to go back to personal liability and accountability, because it's very easy to take bad decisions and then hide behind official titles and roles and procedures. We need to go back to Helena, Jana, Vicky, and Justina, and anybody else who is deciding and how they are deciding. So let us indeed, in Helena's words, show that we are not just 1 million signatures, but 1 million of Europeans who want to keep respecting our human rights because we trust in ourselves and we are free. So if you, as me and many others, were asking in the last 3 years, what can we do? Here is what you can do. Promise you, it takes you 3 minutes. You sign the initiative and you ask 2 other people in your immediate network who believe and value trust and freedom to do the same. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
We wanted to really thank all the MEPs once again, Christina Anderson especially, we know she can't be here, and Mislav as well, because he's been with us, like I said, pushing us forward for a long time, and also all the citizens that we've had today. And as you can see, this is really what this initiative is about. We cannot stress more. It is about citizens coming together, but also working with the Parliament members and other people to push this forward. What we do need is 1 million signatures. We are aware that it's a tough task. There's only been 9 initiatives that made it through that 1 million and over, right? I think 10, yes? We'll be the 10th. So our lawyer says, we'll be let's be the 10th one. And I think this is so important. The process of Citizens' Initiative, which is a tool for direct democracy, taken, which I previously said when we met here in July, from the Swiss democratic way of using these tools, is not that easy. And if we can move the citizens to show that they want the freedom, that they want the transparency within the EU, and that actually the reason the EU exists is because of the citizens, because the citizens create that European Union, then hopefully we can make it further. And I think that's the main thing we wanted to say. We really are thankful to the MEPs that came here today. We're really thankful to the lawyers who worked on this initiative. Helena, Jana, Luis, we had a couple of others who joined us at the beginning and also shifted us into the direction that we're going, and not present here today, but we did. We have these people, we are in touch with every single one of them. And citizens that have joined us, I mean, I'm hoping we're going to have more brave doctors, we're going to have more brave lawyers, we're going to have more brave cashiers, bus drivers, everybody else. This initiative is driven by the people, for the people. Sounds a bit cheesy, but that's the truth. If it's not the people that are going to bring the change, then who is going to do it for us? Yeah. Big corporations, massive NGOs, lobbyists? I don't think so, and I think with this, I don't know if any one of you wants to add something.
The important point, what I would like to say is that we all, what we said, we all know that the world is going through big change. We all see it. There is a process of globalization, there is a process of centralization of power, and in the end should be one big superstate with one big government and one big digital global bureau. They want to use the technology to check us, to control us, and this is not what we should allow them to do. This was never in the history that someone would be so close to the position to take over all world, and we should fight for it. And this point, what I want to say is that each of us is important. Each of us, everyone from us, we have to fight for it. It's not that someone else will do it. Each of us. It doesn't matter if you are a member of European Parliament or if you are a politician somewhere else, or if you are a doctor, if you are a scientist, if you are a lawyer, if you are a hairdresser, if you are a real estate agent, or if you are whatever else. It doesn't matter, because we are sharing this world and it depends on each of us. Everyone matters in this fight. So please share this knowledge, share this thing with others, because everyone is important. And as I see here, this TVs we have here, I see the name of our initiative is Trust and Freedom. It's so beautiful, but I would say the last point of myself would be that we should trust in freedom. Thank you very much.